Thanks to Kaguya-Sama, I have learned that if you're ever wanting to talk to your crush but are too afraid to do so, just challenge them to an arm wrestling match. Then you can stand there sweating and palpitating until everyone gets far too awkward and just goes home. But these were the characters that I really wanted to see more of, with Ishigami just, well, being Ishigami. A sweet boy, wanting to protect those that are going to embarrass themselves, and yet it's just not reciprocated. So, whether you're here to see the two leads follow the shadow that surrounds the secretary or the treasurer, or we're just here to see the ample amount of excitableness that comes from Chika, well, there's a little bit to go around for everyone, so let's just see some more. And with the time growing ever onwards, and I've been trying to keep away from all sorts of Kaguya plotlines or spoilers, but unfortunately I think I've heard something, I'm just not sure if it's real or not, so I'm not going to bring it up. And if we actually get to see a lot more of like other characters in all of this and not just focus on the main ones in the student council, that would be nice. And it's been I heard something else in the music just then, apart from just the multiple vocals. But by the end of this season, are we actually going to Hidden Passageway? Are we actually going to get anything here, or is it still going to be the? I wish I knew. So it's not his abrasive attitude or his he's getting involved and actually trying to help each time, but yeah, it's going unrecognized. They're great friends, all of them. They are a terrible blight upon the school. She's so conflicted. However, there is one being amongst them. Huh. I see, because she has to cover for him in all of those times or other, constantly on her mind. Of course it's going to wear her down. There's no way that they could have an actual talk about it. That would clear the air. And yet she's just going to let it wear her down. Oh no, they crossed paths at the worst moment, just when they were discussing their issues. It would be easier for everyone involved. I'm not sure this music really goes alongside the conversation or what's going on, but I can't complain. Somehow, I don't believe the little imagery there is going to go quite as they see it. It might take more than 3 missions. Add a couple of zeros onto that. Yeah, that's gonna work. Forced compliments. That always draws people together. Even. I feel like they, they're just gonna have to work together now to get out of this hole they dug for themselves. But also, I feel like they're so in sync with each other. They're arguing about the same points. Yeah, however, is there anything that she can say, though? He has good earphones. Take your time. Return the compliments I gave you before. I think this is going exactly as we all wanted it to. That might be taking a step or two in the complete opposite direction. Forcing this kind of contact. Must be some sort of assault there, somewhere. Oh, it's a... Close enough. Yeah, I was about to say, as long as it doesn't actually end with injuries. When was that ever going to be allowed? I like that. But when did any of these kind of things... When would they cause friendship to blossom? Sowing seeds of doubt about their own hatred for the other. What have you done to them? Oh, it is! Wow. She's destroyed them to such an extent that their voices are digitized. Buck 'em up. A decade of experience. I mean, the argument has stopped, at least. Yes, going along to karaoke, singing a delightful little tune. But also, why do they stand outside and... why are they inviting him? Does he have friends? Are you going to start implementing some fears into her mind that yeah, what's it? Oh, that's the kind of thing you think of when a group date, is it? Well, no, not entirely, but yes. Someone to really keep him in line there. What was that? It's like the feelers of anemones. You'll just have to go in her place. Oh, yep. You've fallen into the trap there. An actual just... It's exactly as was estimated there. A networking event, as it were. Oh no. I mean, if she just hadn't gotten involved, she could have avoided all of this. Being a bit standoffish there. Just, tangentially kind of know her, yeah. Ah, you've made this awkward. I'm leaving. I mean, if her goal was to stop anyone talking to him, succeeded. Then go home. You're really playing this up now. I have some warning bells triggered now. If she wasn't, doing this for obvious reasons that we know about. Oh no, really messing with him there. He's been... Fair enough. Actually going to the karaoke place and not hearing singing would be something, but she is so multifaceted and multi-talented, isn't she? Oh wow, this is actually... I'd expect the segment to be as intense, maybe. Find a quick way to excuse yourself and leave. But I'm guessing Shirogane is going to be forced to stay to the bitter end. And yet it just happened to come to the worst place. I suppose for her to actually be able to let off a little steam about her employer might be good. He could see through her so well. Well, yeah. I mean, you can put on a tough front or everything whenever you want, but... Ooh. I mean, to a certain degree, maybe you need to know your time and places and whatnot, but fully hiding who you are, that's not healthy at all. Of course, showing each and every one of your vulnerabilities right at the beginning isn't something to be admired either. I mean, mission succeeded? Got him to head out? Oh no. Really ingratiating himself into the conversation there, not taking her obvious uncomfortability there. I mean, he could actually understand the situation there. The pigeon has left the nest. A special evening just for them, at least on the outset. Ah. Oh no. But now that she's actually seen some of his good qualities. And she's turned off the radio. Now, is this still part of a game, though, or is this her actual who she is? Because I would like to know that character without her tough front. It wasn't meant to be a continued order. A race against time. Make sure you get the right room before bursting in. Is that an actual thing? I feel like the karaoke places might try and crack down on that kind of things. And she's so skilled and knowledgeable. Stalker. Yes, because the hat really perfect. Stalker. Knock on the door, run away. At the very least. You're gonna sacrifice her instead. Good thing it's just inviting her to some karaoke booth. Get here as soon as you can. But now, how are you going to explain this one for when she actually arrives? I guess we're getting the misunderstanding overhearing of some conversation there. Your life is destroyed. Just what the hell could she been talking about? And the reveal of what was actually going on there. She regrets her actions now. Horrendously inept. Huh? His voice? I guess that she would be talk about his inability to sing, but what? I guess she's not going to be chasing after the present anymore. Oh, now you still got to explain, Chica. She was so happy. After you invited her all the way here. We had almost forgotten that. Did she have prior knowledge? Like when she taught that boy. Huh? Righto. She's gonna need some time off now. She's earned a holiday after all this. Actually, what a thing to say. Peas in a pod, they've been around for so long together. Of course they would start to learn. Oh God, make it end. He's... I would say that your rapping is awful. I mean, the room was booked out and paid for. Of course he'd use it to the fullest extent. He was having fun singing there, wasn't he? And I seem to remember the first season had something which was some odd alternate experience if it wasn't a school romance thing with planes and angels and the like. Carrying that on into some sort of Starship Troopers. Actual just Starship Troopers. This isn't the first Starship Troopers reference that I've seen recently. What the hell is going on? I also feel like Ishigami would thrive in this environment. Ah, bald cap. Nice. There was so much to unpack in that little ending bit there. I do not know what to think. But one thing I do know is I kind of want to watch Starship Troopers again now. It's such a dumb film, or series of films, but as long as you get that they're entirely satire, it's quite good. And I'm not sure being thrust into a room alone, lights off and seemingly no exit. Well, unless you risk offending the person you're with because of their delightful singing habits. What are you supposed to do in that occasion? How do you just excuse yourself? If you've got any ways of how to actually escape a one-on-one situation like that, please let me know. It might come handy in the future. And it is good to see that the president is kind of aware and sees what's going on around him. And when even with no sort of like romantic attachment to anyone, it's still, you look uncomfortable there. I'm still gonna help you out and be nice. Why does it seem as though that's a lacking quality? Yeah, surely that should be how most people act. But I think by the end of this episode, if Ishigami and aren't the closest of friends, inseparable, really, it's going to be hard to believe. I mean, after such intense and loving ear cleaning, how could anyone not get along there? Although, hopefully by the next episode they have kind of snapped out of their monotonous tone. I wouldn't really want to have auto-tune over all of their lines again. But with all these dumb games, is anyone going to really win? I know it's like, the president wins. Well, no. There's no real winner in any of these. Just people losing in slightly lesser degrees. But one thing I really did kind of miss from Kaguya was the animation in all of it. The extra lengths that it goes to, the little references here and there that I'm not sure I got, even if I know the references. And like with the opening, and I think there was a moment or two, but my mind has gone blank right now. Slightly abstract in how it does things. Not quite to like MC Escher levels of abstract, but I like it, and especially with the narrator's little interjections. Of course, Kaguya is something that is a mainstay, and I think quite a few people enjoy it. So if you happen to be one of them, consider letting me know. If you leave a like and a comment down below, it helps me out, it helps the channel out, and really, it might just help Ishigami out. If you believe hard enough. Ultimately, I really do hope you enjoyed. That's why we're all here after all. So if you haven't, and you think it might be good, consider subscribing to the channel. But for now, get yourselves a bit of rest. See you in the next one. Maybe I should sing. If you want to join the cacophony of wailing voices that is singing along to the entirely tone-deaf nature of my channel, consider joining onto my Patreon, because we all still manage to have fun here, especially with Electricant, Noku, Raywin, Kite, Sal, Shiwan, Mats, Gurley, Cardboard, Croyville, Ginterman, Jennifer Rojas, Dark Shadow 7899, Jeremiah T-Mode, Finesse Kid, and everyone else. I just hope we come out of it not permanently deaf.